Hello, I'm Sean. Online, I go by Pentelegus. I'm not going to make this a thing I do all the time. I don't want to be like some kind of synth talk over YouTuber or anything, or reviewer or GearTube guy or whatever. I don't care about that stuff. I check it, but like, I don't want to do that. I'm just apprehensive about the future and creating and sharing art online. Or maybe I mean, like, I'm hopeful that this might be an interesting opportunity to show that I'm real and share a few thoughts once and take a real moment while putting this thing together and to introduce myself. Also, I'm in no way sponsored. Absolutely not. I don't make anything from YouTube, like squat. I uh, I actually I've been paying YouTube Premium to stream music and Dark Souls lore videos without ads, but probably not for too much longer with how much AI music and content is proliferating out there. I just really like synthesizers and I like sharing my weirdo music with online strangers. It kind of feels good to get it out there in the world. It's like a artistic expression. So I just bought this NTS-4 mixer this week. I saw it a little online during Super Booth. I didn't really think too much about it at the time because there was so much stuff being shown off. It was exciting. But now Korg has started doing their marketing for it and kind of reminded me that it existed. And I thought maybe it's useful in my use case. I usually use a lot of little synthesizers, and I've kind of been daisy chaining everything together and using effects. Like I love the Chase Bliss Mood Mark II. Um, if I use something like that, I have to have it in line in that daisy chain versus being able to send, which this guy can do. Also, if you check my channel too much, which I'm tiny, I'm small time, I don't care, I often use like a little sampler or something else as an interface. And I've even used the Electron Syntact as a sampler, I'm sorry, as a interface. Because it can do audio over USB, but sometimes it hangs up. It gets a little sticky with being connected to USB. And that's scary because I love it. I don't want to break it. So instead, I'd rather use something else to be an interface. And this little guy sounds really dang useful. Like I can put stuff in it and pick what I want to send to the effects box. Like if I have the Syntac doing drums, have something else do a cool synth sound, send it to the mood, send the drums to the mood, whatever. I don't care. I love the mood. I'm going to send everything through it. But yeah, this thing seemed really cool. Also, because this thing looked exciting, I started checking online, and if you didn't notice by my YouTube channel or the information, I'm gonna try this dumb thing right there, maybe there, I don't know. Somewhere down beneath the video, I'm in Okinawa. I've been living in Japan for like 10 years. I checked around what shops have it available in Okinawa, and I found one. And I checked in with them, and they let me pay for it and order it on the spot. And the guy that worked there even came by and delivered it to me personally after it arrived in stock. Seriously, a huge thank you to Mr. Kenji. That guy drove out of his way to deliver it to me. Kenji-san, そんなに優しいな。本当に助かりました。ありがとうございました。Dude, you're incredible. I'm serious about hanging out sometime and talking music more. I would love to. So I'm gonna start playing with this thing while if you don't mind, and if you're still here, I guess you don't mind, I'm gonna talk to you about things I like, I guess, and building this thing. I've seen a couple people build these online. Like a couple of people getting it early and viewing it or reviewing it. Some are pretty neat. Some kind of let me be wanting. I'm most curious about USB noise. I know it can accept USB-C for power and for, oh cool, audio. But it also accepts a 9-volt, like a Korg wall wart, like a power adapter. Ooh, there's the guts. And according to the manual, when you plug it in via that 9-volt wall warts, it will prioritize it. That looks like all the stuff out the box. It'll prioritize that for power, and maybe that'll alleviate some USB noise. I'm gonna get rid of all this noisy, crunchy plastic material. Might cut this out for the video. We'll see, or maybe not. I don't know. I don't care. I'm only doing this one time. If people like it, if you care about hearing me talk in my weird sort of southern accent, all messed up by a decade of living in Japan, I'll do it, I guess. I don't care. Maybe people like it. We'll see. And if not, I'll never do it again. Also, I don't care. I'm doing this for fun. This is my thing. I freaking love synthesizers. I love playing video games. I like Transformers. I like building gunplay. If you ever built a Gundam model kit or any other kind of like the freaking 30-minute missions, little robot kits. Those are so cool. Like, I love Armored Core, and they made a couple of those too. They are fantastic. They're really quick to build, but there's something so satisfying about putting together a couple of chunks of plastic off of rails. Not unlike these things. Also, I am really not used to this. I'm gonna grab some kind of nippers I got. By not used to this, I mean like, yo, I'm finally talking to you, you know? Like, you might have seen little glimpses of my face maybe on some videos or not, I don't know. But this is the first time my voice is on YouTube, huh? Is that kind of trippy? I'm gonna pop out all these little buttons and stuff. I feel confident in building this thing. I've got some electrical experience, and I like little gadgets and electronics, and I've built a couple things on my own in the past. There's probably a beard hair right there. So I'm not too worried about messing it up as I go. But if I do, call me out. We'll see. Yeah, this is my first time. I'll try to stop saying that too. Talking to nobody, and by nobody I mean you, and I don't mean that in a mean way, but at this moment in time I'm talking to my phone sitting up on a tripod, so it's a little strange for me. So I might do some weird musings and stuff. I don't know. I don't care. I'm a weirdo. Whatever. Pop! Try to do this kind of clean. I think this stuff will be covered by the chassis a little bit, so I'm not too worried if I'm not sanding down the nibs or anything as I cut it off of there. And yeah, that's a toenail clipper. That is not a like a Gundam gunplay model kit trimmer. It's clean. I wiped it down, but it's a lot cheaper than buying a bespoke one just for cutting plastic. That feels silly to me. See, that's pretty nice. And that's going to be covered by the metal anyway. Whatever. And that Kenji guy, I'm not going to say the shop. I don't know if that's blowing up their spot or not. I want to, because I like him, because holy crap, that was a nice move of the guy. Kenji-san came after work to hand deliver this thing. It wasn't even like in the post. Guy called me when it got in stock and said, hey man, I've got your thing. Do you want me to keep it at the store and come pick it up? Or I can come by after work. And I said, dude, you seem cool. Come on by. Also, yeah, I live in Japan. I love it here. I'm not awesome at Japanese. I've been practicing. I've been here like a decade. I might have mentioned that before too. I'm also drinking a lot of caffeine, so I'm kind of hype. But yeah. I've been living here since like 2010, and I've met a lot of really cool people. I'm from, excuse me, there's a couple more pieces left. I'm from Georgia. I'm from the southern U.S. If you can't tell by my accent that I've been trying to cover up for a decade now. But this is home now. I know enough Japanese to get by. まだ日本語勉強しますけど、あまりだね。多分パラパラ大丈夫けど、文法は大変です。よろしくお願いします。まだ練習しますね。I'm not great at grammar. I'm kind of terrible at it sometimes. Like I talk like a caveman in Japanese. But I'm trying my best because I love living here. Maybe in the future I can travel, visit other places. Who knows? Okinawa's gorgeous though. It's hot like Georgia. Georgia gets kind of temperate. Like they get, that's alright, winters and stuff. But here it's right now it's just absolutely humid and terrible feeling outside. But being a sort of tropical island, that's a great bright pink sounding color right there. It's the ocean's always right there, and I love swimming. Lucky me, I can just go swim when it get too hot. If I don't mind smelling like salt water. Don't mind me struggling taking all these parts out. I'm probably taking forever too. I saw one guy do it in like 20 minutes or something. Probably faster, and I don't remember. But I'll take my time, do it okay. Shoot, there's a couple of different sizes here. It's nice. It's a cute little screwdriver. Washers. These tiny baby screws. Those are for the body. Alright, I'm feeling a little bit organized. You go together, I know. I'm borrowing my wife's microphone, and I really don't know how long the mic's gonna last, like how long the battery is, but we'll try. Alright, I should probably check the instructions though, huh? Here's a really boring part. Sorry about that. Whoops. Whoops. I got it all kinds of upside down. Just a moment. Sick. There's big numbers on it. I can follow that. Let's see, it describes doing the jumpers. It describes... Okay. Ta-da! Freaking love circuitry, man. It's sort of beautiful. Ta-da! There's the other side, if you want to see. Oh no, this little guy's crooked. Looks like the connections are fine though. Soldering looks solid. Okay. Hopefully things work out. There's the jumpers. Okay, these little bitty guys. Wow, they're tiny. Right now they're both on line. Looks like if I pushed them, like popped them out and pushed them forward or upward on the, down for you, sorry, on the connectors, it would be for Eurorack. I only got one little Eurorack guy. That's the Basil Soft Pop 2. And as much as I love it, I probably, for now, won't be running it through this thing. And it looks like popping this piece through the chassis is going to push the plastic in, so I'm going to go ahead, pull this protector off, clean that up later. Oh, nice. There's some little sticky strips to keep it together. Put this through the body. Something does feel weird about buying a new mixer and then building it myself. It's like an IKEA product. Like, maybe part of why it's cheap is because I'm doing the work. But I guess that sort of gets me feeling like a sense of ownership, you know? A little bit more attachment. Like, I'll probably never be able to sell this thing. It'll be mine forever. Let's see. Pop this little guy down there. Alright. Now these. These connectors pop in here too. Stick command behind that plastic chunk. Nice. And I'll go ahead and fit these. These are plastic, huh? These nuts onto there. Oh, almost dropped it. Those are nice. They gave us a handful of little tools. I kind of thought these were knobs when they first popped out, but it's like a knob wrench. Feels nice and solid. Now the power switch. I wonder which way. Alright. You go through right there. Oh, whoops. Of course, the lead needs to go through. And it looks like it fits right in. Tiny! So cute. Alright. And next we gotta fit all these little buttons. I think I read or saw somebody talk about putting different colors on top and bottom. Real quick, let's see, what we got? Mute on top, Q on bottom. I think I'll put mute as these salmon orange colors. And then Q is yellow. Actually, forget it. I'm gonna swap them. My syntax when I'm in the mute mode. I'm assuming the same for like the Digitax and the Digatone. Had a Digatone for a little while. I sort of miss it, but syntax is my baby. Anyway, when you go mute mode, it's a greenish color. What is that, like a Freudian crab? I was thinking about green or yellow, so I grabbed it. But anyway, I get a little consistency, so mute will be my bright green, like the bright green LEDs of my syntax. My beloved little drum machine and synthesizer. When I was thinking about doing this, I had an image of maybe recording some FM tones I'm pretty active on Electronauts, and we were talking about some lesser known hardware synthesizers, like small portable guys. And I really like the Great Conjunction. It sounds like a Sega Master System, and it's generative. It does a bunch of Euclidean and randomized patterns and stuff, and it can evolve over time. It's a really cool little device, but I'll probably use that little guy to record some audio for when I'm boring and quiet during this build. Checking what's next. If I can do it right with my minimal audio and video editing skills, I'll have that nice sound of the Great Conjunction, doing some little FM tones. Hope you don't mind FM music, because I absolutely love it. Alright, I'm just checking to make sure I didn't forget anything. Looks like the next step is feeding the board and the pots, all the little nubbies, and all those little buttons I stuck up on there, up through the front or the top face of the mixer. There you go. Oh, that's satisfying. Cool. Now we use a bunch of dang washers and screws. Let's see. Actually, it looks like the little inputs only get a nut, no washer. I'm gonna start with those just because the nuts are closer. Yeah, I love living here in Japan, in Okinawa. Okinawa especially. I'm from America, so like being here, there's a bunch of other Americans, and my kids. I've got a family out here. They're half, so seeing that there's a bunch of other kids that are mixed, like between Americans and other cultures too. Like there's a bunch of Argentinians, Brazilians, Indian. It's a cool, weird prefecture for Japan. Okinawa has so many other cultures kind of coming together in it. The history is kind of sorted. Like, of course, there was a bunch of bad stuff that happened in World War II and all, but like, at least now, the way people have come together here is really interesting. I've met a lot of people here that became really important part of my life. A bunch of good friends, some fantastic musicians that I wish I was cool as. That I've been lucky enough to play a couple of things with. And I've even made new people. I mentioned before, I've got the kids. It's pretty magical, right? I've made people. That was fun. But anyway, one of the best part of having kids though is like you can like play together. I'm in my late 30s, but I can just be with my kids and play like I'm a kid again. There's something about like being with them. It reminds you of being a child and like just enjoying life. Everything's new. There's all these new experiences they're having, and you get to like feel that happiness of seeing like this little, not clone of you, but you know, it's your child, of course, it's natural as heck, but a tiny version of yourself learning something new and enjoying life, you know. I love it. It's cool. Having kids really, they say it changes your life, it changes your lifestyle, and it does, but I think it's a great thing. They're cool. They're like weird little mirrors. Like sometimes they'll do some goofy things, like some off the wall action or dance or thing they talk or turn a phrase. Thing they talk. But when I step back and I think about it, I realize like that's me, that's my wife, that's us. That's like they're just us but smaller, and they're like a weird reflection of our own personalities. It was, it sounds dumb maybe, but of course they are. But like witnessing it and experiencing it is a whole new thing. It's pretty trippy. Ooh, don't forget these. So far this is going pretty good. Nothing feels like it has a messed up fret or anything. I'm just going to get them close and then use the little uh, wrench knob tool. I wonder if I can find something else to use that for after this. It's a chunk of plastic. I hate to make more garbage. This might be a little bit boring. I don't know how long I'm going to wind up taking in the end. So I guess I should talk about like how I got into making music. See, when I was younger, when I was like a young teenager or so, I got a guitar from my parents, or probably from my dad mostly, because he was always into guitar music and he loved like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Eric Clapton. Real big fan of the Eagles, which I'm sorry, Dad, I don't care about the Eagles. There's something too soft about them for me. Or maybe it's a Big Lebowski thing. But he got me a guitar and I played that for a good long time. And even here once I got in Japan for a while. But I sort of plateaued. Like I got to a point where I felt like I wasn't really learning anything new. I wasn't getting any new skills. And maybe my time for practicing it got smaller and smaller too. Or my interest in it kind of waned. But I'd been here for a while and I checked out a music shop and I was kind of wandering around looking at all the cool instruments they had, sanshin, shamisen, whatever. And I wandered into the room that had keyboards and synthesizers, and they had a micro Korg. I think it was a micro Korg S because it had the speakers built into it. But I touched that thing, I played it a little bit, and freaking blew my mind. I was like, oh, right, synthesizers are a thing. You can play these cool electronic sounds that I never thought about. They've always been around me. Like I grew up hearing synthesizers everywhere. Some of my favorite albums when I was a teenager were like Chemical Brothers and Daft Punk, and playing like the Wipeout games and hearing drum and bass and stuff. But like I never thought about them. I didn't really. They were just background to me until I touched that freaking micro Korg, and I was like, oh, it's a thing. It's a real thing I can use and make my own sounds on. And about the same time, Korg, again, started making Volcas and releasing them. And I started reading about them and thought, wow, that's a cheap way to get a synthesizer. And I think I started with the Korg Volca FM, because I'm in love with FM tones. And that kind of messed me up forever. Ever since then, I've been trying more and more synthesizers. Went on from Volcas to I got an Electrive, and then I learned like what a groove box was and how you can make whole kind of patterns at least or songs on a box that was also a synthesizer and a drum machine, like a one-man band kind of thing. And that kind of blew me away, and I'm still blown away. I love it. I really enjoy using synthesizers and making my own sounds. Oh, I should probably check which way this needs to go before I plug it in. I don't want to force it. Looks like the side with the ridge goes up. Alright, that makes sense now that I'm looking at it. Let me give it a twist. Yeah, there's a groove right there. I'm a dummy. I'm reminiscing. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I hope this thing works once I'm done with it. I'm gonna find out the fun way. Next part is this guy paying attention to you with the little ridges. Tuck it right in. Looks like on mine, the connector or the part on the board there is kind of sitting crooked, but earlier I noted that it was kind of like the solder points look solid. Solder, whatever. Alright, cool. That's kind of it for the most of it. I'm going to put the body together. Doesn't matter which end is the front. Yes, it does. Looks like the part with the cut off corners goes forward. You fit that together. I kind of expected the bottom to be plastic or something. But no, it's solid. The whole thing is like a steel chassis. Feels good. I saw the other NTS models, like the NTS-1 or the oscilloscope, and they're really cool. They look really functional, but something about how exposed and fragile looking they were kind of made me not interested in them. I guess again, being used to electron stuff and how I get my syntax is a brick, how solid that thing is. I didn't want to mess with them. A little bit worried about the USB port not lining up nice, or the power. Looks like it's okay. Kind of to the side. We'll see later. Whoa! But this whole, the front and back, or the top and bottom, are steel. This thing kind of feels like a little slab. It's a chunk. I think my favorite type of synth is FM synthesizers. I don't think I know it. It's for sure. I love FM. I got messed up when I was a kid. Like, oh, there's 2 extra screws. What did I forget? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking at the put it together sheet. Nope. Maybe I just got 2 extra. That's always a bad sign. My day job, I'm a mechanic, and sometimes you put a thing back together and you're like, crap, I've got extra bolts. Hope it works. But it looks like this guy's good. We'll see. Let me just dress up the knobs. Looks like everybody's the same size, so I can put them everywhere. And I got some little knob toppers I might put on these little guys. Ooh, the pan has a detent in the center, so you're not guessing where the middle is. Oh, that's snug. Make sure I'm doing that right. Anyway, about FM synthesizers. I was born in the late 80s, and when I was a kid, we had a NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Which, that's where you messed up, Mom and Dad. I'm sorry. You got me into video games. You always said it was going to be bad for me, but actually I love it. I'm sorry. But that was like before I can really remember stuff. When I was a little older, my parents got a Sega Genesis. I'm from the US, so Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. They got me that bundle with Sonic the Hedgehog in it, and that blew my little brain. And I fell in love with the sound of that thing, and even now it's still nostalgic as heck. Like, I regularly listen to music from the Sega Genesis all the time, just because I love it. Yuzo Koshiro-san is like an idol to me. That guy made some awesome tracks. Streets of Rage stuff, the freaking ActRaiser. It's amazing. Like, to do that kind of music on what at that time seemed like people didn't care about. Like, it was a toy. It was video games. Like, whatever. Now it's such like a huge chunk of media. It's like a lot of games now cost more than movies and stuff to make. But back then, like, to think somebody cared that much about making them sound good was a big deal. And it left a huge impression on me. Granted, the Sega Genesis can sound farty as heck, but in the right hands, it sounds fantastic. And it's become my absolute favorite form of synthesis. The idea of modulating a wave with another wave. Once I started to kind of wrap my head around it, it sort of blew my mind. Again, oh, we can stick the feet on. Oh my god, shoes? Sort of half-assedly using the instructions. And the one part I get stuck on is the little rubber feet. There we go. Actually, I got stuck all over there. I got stuck everywhere. If you want to know me a little more personally, I'm all out of vices. I quit drinking generally, but my one vice that's left is coffee. I drink a heck ton of coffee, probably to my disadvantage sometimes, but I sure enjoy it. But I don't drink alcohol anymore. It's just I like to feel really awake some days. Are we sticky icky? Right, one last little. Yeah, you feel good. You feel good. The manual, or the sheet of paper that came with it, is really pointing me out to make sure I put this in the back. It looks like I did. Oh, it's for a Kensington lock. I've never used a Kensington lock because I don't perform live yet. I'd love to, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully you didn't mind listening to me talking. I just noticed there's a front and rear print on it, so whoever does this after me, just take a look at that and not question yourself. Let me go plug it into my table. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you had an alright time. If you like it, I might do some more. I kind of was thinking about walking people through how I like to make music, like totally from scratch. Completely blank pattern on the syntax or something, and just build up maybe some dub track or some dancey thing, or just ambient, because that's easy as heck and it feels good. But if not, then this is it. Nice to meet you. I'm Sean. I like building stuff, and this was a neat little experience. Take care. Be safe.